Yeah, you're going to have to sign the whole pack, at the back. But you probably have the packet now.
Do your packet have page 2?
I think so.
Hey, good afternoon. We are here for our Civil Service Commission meeting, and it is Thursday, January 27th, 2022. So I know it's been 27 days, but Happy New Year to everybody. And we're going to get started with our agenda. First item on the agenda is the approval of the civil service
Can I
meetings.
take roll?
Yeah, go ahead, take roll. Yeah,
Vincent Rhodes,
here.
John May,
Here.
James McCookie. Absent.
Absent.
Okay.
Okay, next on the agenda is the approval of the civil service meeting minutes for October 20th, 2021.
I have a question about the minutes, not a change, but just a question. And since it's not on the agenda, I'd like to ask that question now. We had talked at the last meeting about the practice of lateral hires, and we were going to explore that at a sidebar discussion with Mr. Orzek. I think we've decided for now we're going to table that for future action.
It's actually at the law department, so they're looking into that. Unless, Chief, you want to
Yeah,
speak on it?
Chief Oliver and the law director, Brendan Heil, and his assistant have been working on that. They don't have it prepared quite yet to bring it to commission, but they do anticipate that doing that at some point early this year. So that is in the process.
Okay, so with that question asked, as long as our minutes from this meeting reflect that we return to that, although it's not on our agenda, so that we'll table that for future discussion and action.
Lateral moves for table.
Okay. With that one minor clarification, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as recorded.
I second the motion. Any questions on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposes? Motion carried. All right, next on our agenda is next two things are for fire, removal of names and request for a captain testing. We'll turn it over to Chief D'Amico.
Chief, I have the letters. Do you have them in front of you that you want to?
Yes, I have the letters. Well, first off, with me getting promoted to fire chief, that opens up a vacancy in the captain's roles. So we need to give a current test to fill that captain's position, which is what I'm asking for permission for today. Okay.
You want to make a motion for that?
Yeah, is there any paperwork that goes with that, Chief?
Pardon me?
There's no paperwork that goes with that? We just have to make a motion to...
No, yes,
we're
I
gonna
just need your permission to go ahead and start the process.
Okay,
We
yeah.
haven't prepared that yet because we have to do the notice. And
Okay.
that notice will have to go for.
Okay,
30
roger
days.
that.
We'll have to get the
Roger
vote
that.
list
I
and
got it.
everything.
A little slow on the uptake. Yeah, I make a motion that we go ahead and proceed with making the notification to the announcement to fill that vacancy.
All right, I second the motion. Any questions on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposes? Motion carried.
The second thing that I'm requesting today is the removal of 9 people from our current initial hiring list. One person, number 13, declined the job offer. He was offered the job but declined it due to him having been offered a job somewhere else. The other 8 people declined their initial interviews.
When you say decline, they just said they didn't want to.
They just said they did not wish to continue with the process. They didn't want to come in for the interview and to take them off of the eligibility list.
Okay.
I think if you could just give the names so that they have it on the record as well, then they can make a
Okay.
decision.
The first person to remove would be candidate number 13, Isaiah Adams. Second candidate is candidate number 18, Garrett Schneider. Candidate number 27, Brandon Uhrig. Candidate number 30, Eric Hansberger. Candidate number 34, Dalton Wilson. Candidate number 34, Robert Hayes. I'm sorry, actually, Dalton Wilson would be candidate number 30. That's a typographical error, I believe. Dalton Wilson is candidate number 32, not 34. Candidate number 35, Ryan Sawmiller. Candidate number 36, Daniel Martin. And candidate number 40, Kenneth Dresser.
So how many are left on the list?
Let me get a quick count here. $17 are still left on the list.
Okay,
Have hired from the list.
okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to remove those named candidates. And since my order is different than yours, I won't go through and try and, let's remove those guys the chief asked to have removed. Do I need to read their names out?
No, I have them here.
Okay, swell.
All right, I second the motion. Any questions on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposes? Motion carried. Anything else, Chief?
That's all I'm requesting for today.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Rhodes, if I could just, Mario, if you want to just tell them, Chief D'Amico, about where you are in the process. We do have a couple openings. He's prepared to submit those to the city manager for approval. So I'll let him speak on that, but there's some positions that we're ready to fill based on your removal of the candidates today, right away.
We project that we're most likely going to need to hire 5 this year if nobody else decides to retire or leave. So currently, we have 2 openings, and we're prepared to make those offers as soon as this meeting is concluded. Once we make those offers, we have another person that's leaving to go to another department later this month, so we have a third person that we're going to make an offer to once that transpires. And there should be enough people on the rest of the list to maintain a group of 10 throughout the entire 5 people that we need to acquire for the rest of the year.
Okay, so is it 5 after these 3 right here, or is it 5 total for the year?
It should be 5 total for the year,
Okay.
without any other unforeseen changes.
Okay,
I know the commission is always interested as well as the public, so we are filling those positions as soon as they're vacant. They're critical positions for the fire department to keep their operations running. So Chief D'Amico and the other shift captains and Eric Connie have all been working diligently to get those interviews completed, and so we can move forward just as quickly as possible. So I think kudos to them for having some foresight and getting the ball rolling, so to speak.
Okay, so again, just to keep me honest, we have 5 offers we're going to make. If those 5 candidates decline, we have enough depth on the list to identify the next guys we want to offer jobs to.
We anticipate making 5 offers throughout this year.
Okay,
Currently, we want to make 3, starting 2 tomorrow, 1 probably by the end of the month. So I do anticipate there being enough depth to acquire 2 more to fill those other openings as they leave later in the year.
Okay.
They're going to be maybe like early spring is when we anticipate those last two openings coming available.
All right.
All right. Okay, let's move on to the next item on our agenda, which is for police. We have a notice of voluntary separation.
This is just a notification to you. Chief Oliver couldn't be here today, but he said he would be available by phone if you needed to talk to him. This gentleman has requested that, I put it in your packet, the email that he requested, a voluntary separation, disability separation. We have moved forward with that. It was effective 1/19, which we wanted you to know about it.
Okay.
I don't think, you don't need to vote on it or anything. It's already happened.
All right. Okay. Anything else for this meeting?
I don't have anything further.
Not from the fire department.
And police doesn't have anything further.
Okay.
We will need to schedule another meeting now. Once we have just finished with collecting all the written scores for a new police list. And once we get through that and the agility and we have a list, I'll need to have another meeting so that you can certify that list.
Okay. So this
Do you
is
know when the
almost,
agility testing was?
It's gonna be February 15th, 17th, and 19th. It's a Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
So anytime after the 19th of February, I think, if we could schedule a meeting.
okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we quit, and I know that I'm reattacking on a previous agenda item, how does the captain hiring process work? We announce this and advertise it to outside public agencies. Anybody can apply, I mean, anybody that's qualified? Or is this within the
The
department?
captain's position is internal only.
Okay,
So we give a written test and an assessment center, and then seniority points are also included in that scoring process also.
okay,
So once we do that, then we put them on a list that you would need to certify also.
all right.
We
Internal,
need at least 30 days for that notice, since you've approved of us doing it. We'll need at least 30 days. So that's going to take us well into February. Maybe by our next meeting, if we push it out just a little bit, you'll be able to certify both. We can't get that done that fast. We'll probably need,
Be later than that.
yes, we're going to need two more meetings. Because by the time that they do the written in the fire, a written and an assessment, and then we're a lot closer with police original appointment, because they've finished their written, they have to do the agility. So I'll probably need two more meetings, sorry.
okay, no, that's good. We get paid by the meeting, not by the hour, right, Mr. Orsnick? So,
Actually, with talking with the company that's going to administer the test, the earliest that we could probably get that written portion of that test done is the second week of March, if we make decisions on the book lists next week. And then
It's
you
gonna
have to
be-
have a
it's gonna
couple
be in
weeks
April
before the,
you have to
I
have
would
that
say.
next meeting.
So we have to give them notification, and that has to go up for 30 days. We have to give them the book list to study from. Along with that, they have to actually sign up to take the test. So we're into probably late April, don't you think?
Yeah.
okay, and so in the meantime, who is fleeted up to do your job? Who's doing the job that you had been doing in your captain's position? Is there a,
We moved one of the other shift, we have two captains on each shift, so we moved one that has lesser seniority to my shift, and he's now the shift commander. We did promote a firefighter to lieutenant from our lieutenant's eligibility list that is basically filling in a captain's company officer position until one of those lieutenants can be promoted to captain.
okay. Good.
We already did the promotion to lieutenant so that they could be fully staffed in that supervisory position. And then once the captain gets whoever finishes and Captain Mario promotes them, then they'll still have the same number.
That's my phone ringing. I apologize.
I know it's not mine.
Yeah.
All right, so we know our next two meetings are coming up here, probably one in March and one in April.
Like the end of April, beginning of May
Okay.
for the captains.
All right, so anything else for the good of the cause? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And I second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposes? That's it.
All right.